It's roll it out.
Man,
There's the IT bill.
I heard it.
Boy, we have to.
I know, right?
You've been doing it for 10 years, so. If they don't have- if they
Yeah. I
His song go down on the river a couple years ago, he went up the river too, all the way up to, Manning Street. Now they go. Yeah, we. I mean, this one, they're very honest. I mean, the way, all the way up, great shot all the way out. Fourth Street, right. Right. Yeah. That's what they should.
All right, it's February 20th, 2024, 5:45 PM. First item on the agenda. The unappropriated balance is at $756,254. The balance of the budget stabilization fund is at $1,586,978. Let me turn the volume off. So I'll go on. Balance $254. The balance of the budget stabilization fund is at $1,500,000.
Time delay.
Is it on the TV?
Yes.
It might be on the TV. Did you turn the playback? Might be on the TV.
All right. Present this evening are council members Lang, Cost. Yeah, I am going to have you sit in Hauser, Marmy. And the first item on the agenda is a request for appropriation in the amount of $2,886.04.
Good evening, everybody. The fire division recently sold some equipment to another agency, so they'd like to recoup those funds back into their fire safety supply account.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Lang, second by Hauser. Questions and or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, send us on the full council, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is a request for appropriation in the amount of $62,884.
Yeah, so 2 weeks ago, the personnel committee approved the creation of the body worn camera administrator. So this is the request for appropriation to fund that position, which, just so you're aware, this is through a grant. It's just funded through a grant.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Lang, second by Hauser. Questions and or discussion? Yes, Mr. Allen.
So quick question on that. Could you remind me, how many years is that grant fulfilled? Is it the initial year?
It's just 1 year. Yeah.
Thank you.
So just so you, my understanding of it is, the grant's like $88,000. Obviously, since we won't be needing that much for the entire year, the remaining money can be used to purchase equipment for that position, such as software, hardware, that kind of stuff.
Any other? Seeing none, oh yeah,
Just wanted to know, you mentioned here that the grant will not cover the workers' comp for that. Will there be another appropriation then for workers' comp?
That I don't know, but yeah, the grant does not cover workers' comp, so that I can't answer that.
usually with workers' comp, we would, if we need to make any adjustment, we wait till later on the year. Because sometimes we get refunds on that, so on and so forth, so they wouldn't make any adjustments at this point, so, all right. Any additional? Seeing none, all those in favor, send us on the full council, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is a request for appropriation amount of $400,000.
Good evening. This was just an expense we left out of the budget for the 2024 year. So we have a note that we're going to be renewing, for the stream bank protection project that happened down on Church Street in 16. And we have to first pay that note off and then renew that note. So this 400,000 will basically pay the note off in March, and then we'll get the $400,000 back as a note renewal.
Motion, or second.
Motion by Lang, second by Hauser. Questions and or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, send us on the full council, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. The motion passes 5-0. Thank you very much. And with that, this finance committee meeting stands adjourned. Yep, next up is service.
Yeah.
Yeah, just need somebody to sit in for the shoot. Yes. Would you?
Sure.
Thank you. We've not put that far yet. I will call the service committee meeting to order. Those present, myself, Rath, Neely, Cost, Blind, and Marming in for Mr. Shute. First. Ordinance 24-09, ordinance changing the zoning classification of certain real property, generally described as 15 Bessemer Drive and 55 Shafter Drive, City of Newark, Licking, Ohio, parcel tax ID number 054-216684-00.000 and parcel tax ID number 054-216684-00.003 from that of GO General Office and MFH multifamily high-rise zoning district to MFR multifamily resident district, zoning code of the city of Newark, Ohio. Mr. Moorhead.
Yes, this is this piece of legislation comes to you based on application that we received from the property owner to change the zoning. My understanding, I don't have a lot of details, but my understanding is that they wish to build a multifamily residential building on this property.
Okay. Any questions from the committee? Questions from the audience? Accept the motion. Motion by Mrs. Blind, seconded by Mr. Marmy. All those in favor of passing this on to council and then to the planning commission, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. That motion will pass with a vote of 5-0. Thank you. Next, ordinance 24-10. An ordinance changing the zoning classification of certain real property generally described as 359 Thornwood Drive, City of Newark, Licking County, Ohio. Parcel tax ID number 054-216606-00.000 from that of single-family residence RL low-density districts to AD agricultural district, zoning code of the City of Newark, Ohio. Ms. Moore.
Yes, this is an application that came from the new owners of this property. Again, not a lot of details at this point, but my understanding is they wish to build some sort of wedding venue at the rear of the property, which has a large amount of vacant land and a pond.
Questions from the committee?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Neely. Seconded by Blind. Any questions from the audience? I will, lend an opinion at this point in time on this. I've been willing to let this go on to the planning commission in hopes that they can come up with a compromise, but to zone this piece of property agricultural district, especially for the purposes of a wedding venue, does not jive, in my book. Not only that, but every piece of property surrounding this piece of property is residential low density. There isn't an agricultural district piece of property within a mile of this property. It is without a doubt the quintessential definition of spot zoning. But hopefully we can get this on the planning commission. They can talk with the planners and come up with some kind of compromise. As it stands now, I personally will not be supporting this. But that being said, I still think we need to send it on to the planning commission and let them have the discussion. So with that being said, all those in favor of passing this on to council and then planning commission, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. That'll pass with a vote of 5-0. Thank you, Mr. Forrest. That's to be resolution number 24-19, a resolution authorizing the director of public service to advertise for bids and enter into contracts subject to the appropriation of funds for various construction projects. Mr. Moorhead, what are these various construction projects?
Yes, so the projects we have listed there, I'll quickly go through those. There are street maintenance project, which will be our street resurfacing project basically for the year. We have a concrete maintenance project replacing curb ramps and some sidewalk work that we're finishing up plans on at this point as well. Waterworks Road and Horse Road intersection will be building a roundabout and also doing some work with the dam, building a dam spillway, all in the same project there. So just wrapping up the plans on that and getting ready to get that project out to bid. Waterworks Road Bridge repair, we're going to finish the plans on that, but we will bid that late in the fall so that that work will be taking place next summer instead. Moving on to the next project, we got our stormwater utility, small drainage projects. We've got a few small projects that we're considering putting out to bid. And then finally, we're working with Owens Corning on the replacement for the Riverside Drive Bridge. It'll be a joint project with Owens Corning, jointly funded with them. I'll probably be back to you with some additional legislation in the coming weeks as we further develop that. But the idea is to get this out to bid in the summer and complete it in 2024. Any questions, I'll be glad to try to answer them at this point.
Yeah, I know it's February. Can you send out a 2024 anticipated road paving list? At your earliest convenience. Could you
Yeah,
be
not there
estimate? Huh?
Not there yet, but
Well, that's part of that question would be, could you estimate when that might be complete?
I would like to
It's a
get,
question you get all the time.
yeah, I know, and, in the next 2 months, how about that?
That gives us a reasonable level of expectation. Any other questions for Vaughn?
Yeah, is it okay to send you some suggestions, some paving opportunities? I have a list as well.
Yes, you all have, and I've carried over the ones that you've sent in the past, but if you've got some new ones that you want to, have a look at, I'll be glad to do that.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Fair enough, anybody else? Anybody from the audience? Seeing none, all those in favor of passing this out of council, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oh, scratch that. I will entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Blind. Seconded by Clough. Now I will, take a vote, and all in favor of passing this out of council, signify by saying aye. All opposed, same sign. That will pass with a vote of 5-0. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time on all three of those. That concludes the finance, or I'm sorry, the service committee meeting, and concludes our committee meetings for this evening. Council will reconvene at 7 p.m.
Thank you, sir.
I have no idea, I honestly have no idea. I have no clue why you would suggest that. Not necessarily. I mean, there are musical, there are wedding venues. They're talking about building a show. So, I mean, that could be. I would imagine that it was maintain a presence. Otherwise, how do you see it? You know what I mean? But nonetheless, it should have. What we're else. Who knows? So no, agriculture. But if it takes time to actually. Second was. Residential. Low density zone.
Now he is supposed to cover county.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. That will go. We'll see. That's what she's thinking. It is my work.
How bad is that right now?
Hilarious.
Really ready to reload that and not have.
Well, music venue came way before.
Well, but this.
When it's time, it was all fun.
I just thought of it.
Same here.
I just got it, like,
Spring.